spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and their Southern California rivals, the Los Angeles Chargers. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. On first down, they'll start out with Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw, Stafford. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. That's caught. It's Tutu Atwell. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Play action. Stafford. And he's got it. That's Cup for a Ram touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Rams put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Once more, here's Eckler. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep, Brandon Powell. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents. They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. He's got his man downfield. It's Robinson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. After the turnover, here's Herbert. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out in the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense. Before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue. Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. They've got his man complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been...
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now a give running left is Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler with career touchdown number 60. And the Chargers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Brandon Powell. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up.
Someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Stafford going to give this to Akers. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun, Stafford. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. DeAndre Carter back deep. Fielded just inside the 30. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Troy Hill picks it. And the Rams are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or do they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Throwing is Stafford. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Forced out to his left. Going up top for Cup. And incomplete on the deep ball.
As quarterbacks like to do, he pushed it downfield on that throw. But I think that since he was outside the pocket and there was open space, it would have been a good time for his first carry of the game.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Stafford. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet. Well done. And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Now a play fake it at Stafford. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he'll be close to a 1st down at the Chargers 39. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
This drive has turned into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And Gay knocks this one through.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
The Charger drive about to get going. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll try the right side with Eckler. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
So 3rd down, and defensively the Rams have added 2 extra DBs. Herbert now. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7 our score. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Rams.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Man open is Robinson. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
First down, Rams.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Got a man, it's Higbee, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Cam Akers in the final seconds of the first half. And the Rams will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. He's airing it out for Williams. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with the clock at all zeros, they get the touchdown to make this just a one-score game into the lockers.
And you know what else it does? Besides boost their confidence, it doesn't change your game plan any. See, if they're down bigger going into the half, you may have to revise what you plan to do in the second. But now in this spot, within one score in striking distance, you go ahead and keep playing and do what you've worked out all week long.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. The Charger drive about to get going. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Throwing on second and long. Herbert under pressure. They got him again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Here's Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. When you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And they will take over first and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. 43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this is caught. He's got a touchdown, L.A. Allen Robinson, 42 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
Fair catch. Made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over first and 10.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a first and 10. They'll roll him out right. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
They find some open field here. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Running on first down, Eckler.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From the 22, Herbert. And Thomas has it.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
So a decent gain there, but not their 4th consecutive first down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. You want to fire the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
They'd gotten into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
Well, almost a win for the defense, but if that's your win, you're not doing very well right now.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're 3rd and inches. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 without the 4. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 4-yard line.
It's Eckler again, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
First and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. Now Stafford.
Across the middle, he finds Robinson.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That goes for a gain of 31. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Stafford. Over the middle, complete to the tight end, Higbee. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 21. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And these guys certainly not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Throwing again is Stafford. Buying time to his left. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Akers diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Fair catch made at the 29-yard line. The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because
he's got a man complete.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Herbert on first down now.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with second and goal coming up.
That's a great run right there on first down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
Second down and goal. Herbert. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. Third and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And caught by Thomas for a Charger touchdown. From 13 yards out.
And the Chargers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts as early as opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
70 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
On the counter, this is Akers.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Whistles now in a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football. I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call. In that situation, sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a third down and 2.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that one. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Austin Eckler with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter.
And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if you look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Now it's Stafford. Being chased out left. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You have to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Stafford. And he will find Atwell. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. Haven't heard much from him all night, but welcome to the party, making his presence felt in a big way.
They've kept him under wraps all night long, but boy, did he find a great time to bust out.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. So it all rests now on the right foot of the kicker, Matt Gay. This from 55 yards out. And that's off the right upright. Thought it might sneak in, but it did not. It's no good. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
The Charger drive about to get going. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Herbert.
He'll drop this one off to Eckler.
And some space here.
And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
A huge play there in overtime. 43 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
And that is nearly intercepted. Oh, that would have changed things here in overtime, but instead, it's just 2nd down.
Herbert.
This is swung out to Eckler. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Herbert throwing again. Oh, and it's intercepted.
And the Rams are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Boy, that would hurt, CD. They were in field goal range. They wanted that touchdown, understandably, but now a field goal on the other side would beat them.
And when you get the ball first in overtime, you're thinking to yourself, nothing less than a field goal. But you really want the touchdown. You don't want to put the onus on your defense to try and hold. In this case, they put it on them anyway, but at least they were aggressive, trying to get the score that would have ended the game.
99 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. A give up the middle to Akers. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. And the tight end goes in motion left. Now Stafford with his first throw of OT. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley.
And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. So an interception on one side and then an interception on the other. So both quarterbacks, Charles, with turnovers here in overtime.
So apparently one good defensive play deserves another. Both sides coming up big in overtime. Both getting interceptions, trying to set up their teams to score and win the game.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Eight yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Throwing, Herbert.
He'll get this to Eckler.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Well, right now, every little bit of yardage helps. So they're obviously well within his range. It's just about keeping the football and getting in the right spot.
Know your kicker. Get, as you've mentioned, get it to the right spot, the place that he wants to kick it from. And if you do decide to throw the football, it either goes to your team or no one. It's the only kind of throw you make.
On the stop was Aaron Donald.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he's into the end zone for the